Okay, this is my ute. A lot of people know this ute. We've just put a new engine in it. Kev over at Price Engines once again built the engine for it. And we get Justin from Black Track Performance to tune it. Engine hasn't been started yet. The poor old ute has a long history. Basically started out, believe it or not, as a security car for the Canberra Parliament. Basically sold to me, drove it, blew the motor up, put a 1UZ in it, street registered it. It's driven for about 2 years as a street registered vehicle. Unfortunately went to the drags, dragged the car once and the bug bit. Basically put the car on nitrous, got the car down to a high 10, wanted more power, and basically, unfortunately, it got the chop. So we've basically cut the rear clip off the car and put a whole new rear chassis on it. Basically done similar to the front, left the original chassis rails here, but as you can see, completely changed all the suspension in the front. The car runs a dry sump and a mechanical pump. It's also running a Rossler 2-speed power glide from the States, with once again a sheet metal 9-inch from McDonald Brothers with a Chris Gibson 2-piece chrome moly tail shaft. We had to run a 2-piece because the vehicle, it's just too long to run a single piece. We'll get tail shaft whip. The turbo is a Borg Warner 480 with an 88mm front wheel. It's a dual vane turbo, and basically with a 5-inch dump pipe, which is exits outside the front guard.
What would that turbo be off?
It's an aftermarket turbo, so it's not actually off anything. You just basically buy it as a custom turbo. So you just pick the size that you want, the style that you want, and basically go from there. Okay. So just after all our research, that was the size that we wanted to go for to get the amount of power that we wanted, and also not having a turbo that was just physically A, too small, or but obviously B, too big.
What size is that dump pipe?
That size is a 5-inch dump pipe. And it exits out through the guard and just runs an oxygen sensor in it. The signage we just had put on the vehicle today, and the wheels have been changed from a polished aluminium to powder coated black.
And Rosslers, they're pretty good?
Yeah, Rossler, one of the biggest transmission builders in the world, especially for race cars. They're great. The guy over there looked after us really well with the gearbox. I was advised to go there, and it's been great ever since. So basically run a removable steering wheel because unfortunately I can't get in the car or out of the car with the steering wheel on it.
And you've done some mods to the roll bar.
Yeah, so we just basically increased the safety because the car, our plan is to go faster, so we just need to get more safety, A for Andrew and B for your own safety. Basically just to enclose the driver a little bit in case of an incident that you're going to survive.
Is that chrome moly?
Yeah, the whole cage is chrome moly. And as you can see, it goes through the back window and that ties into the rear clip to give it stability. And we just get Craig Burns from SCF Race Cars in Sydney. He sets the chassis up for us.
And that's an air shifter?
That's an air shifter. So as I said, we run a power glide. So I'll basically now just activate first gear, obviously with the trans brake on. And then basically I do nothing. As soon as it reaches a certain RPM, which is around 8,000, it'll automatically change into second gear.
Nice. And what class would this be in?
This is in, well, depending on now, we used to just go in mods, but it might have to go in Pro Turbo now. We're not quite sure. We're just about to get it reset now after the modifications.